Hello, I'm Khushnuma Khan, practicing lawyer and solicitor from Bombay. Hello, I'm Khushnuma Khan, practicing lawyer and solicitor from Bombay. I have this profession is been very dear to me because I wanted to do things for people, not for myself. And day in and day out I used to see people having issues around me, and that's where something it came to me when I was in college that I have to do something different, and I did not know what that different would be. But one fine day I had my friend come over to me while yet I was deciding that after my graduation what would it should be that I would follow and pursue as a career. So she came and told me that look, I'm trying to join a law college. Will you be interested? So I told her that let me ask my parents and let me see how they react and what they would want me to do, whether they would want me to pursue my law or they would want me to do something else. At that point of time, I had already appeared for my UPSC exams and my results were due. So I asked to my mom that, Mom, I want to do further studies in law. So she immediately said, yes, okay, why not? You do it. So I said, okay, I joined the college. But then the next question she asked me that, what happens to your UPSC exams? I said, well, let me just see, my exams are yet due. Results are due. And when if I clear my UPSC and I don't like my law, then I may rather switch off to UPSC. So she said, well, fine. I took the admission in my college and in KC college, and I started my studies. So I loved going to college and studying different laws, and immediately the first subject was like on criminal law. So that was very interesting. But yes, I don't practice criminal law, but the subject was very interesting. And slowly it was a 3 years course. So as and when time went, I tried it more interesting. So then my UPSC exams came and I cleared my results came and I cleared my exams. So then there was a question that what should I do next? Should I now pursue my administrative career or should I continue with the law? And then I decided, yeah, this is more interesting. And if I am doing, I know I would be knowing so much about which others would not know around me, especially, I would not say that entire world, but I thought that yes, people around me, my cousins, my neighbors, my sisters, my family, they would not know law as I know. So I would be something doing different from what they are doing. So I thought of pursuing my career as lawyer. So while I was doing my law, still there was one concept, there was one there was one phrase which I have not read it, but in between the lines when I used to read a lot of books. So while I was reading some books, there was one phrase which I read somewhere, and I liked it very much. That was, we pursue your success. And that's the phrase which somewhere in my mind which hit me so much. I loved that phrase so much that finally I made it a tagline of my company KK Associates, we pursue your success. So it's everywhere, and this is something, and this phrase, it keeps me motivating all the time, that what today I am doing is not for myself, but it is for the others. So my success lies in the success of the others. I have been pursuing. To taking it forward, I immediately when I cleared my law, I was married, and I was married to now again a Muslim family, of course, yes. And my husband, we were belonging to a conservative family. Muslims were always conservative, but I was married to a man, a family which was equally conservative, more than my family was. And I had really a tough time for 1 year. I did not, after clearing immediately after my exams of my LLB, I was married. So my results were also not out that time. After my marriage, my results were out. And then I was not very clear in my mind that whether I should further pursue my profession or not, or whether I should live a family life. So I didn't think about it much at that time because I was just married few months ago. One day, I after my I had up by my exams, I had some guests come in my family who belong to my mama's side. So I went to meet him at my mom's place. So my mom discussed with him that she's passed her law and she is a lawyer now. So he said, what would you do after your law? I said, nothing. I would be at home. I'm in my family, my husband, then I don't know. I don't know. So he said, then why did you do law if you had already decided to be at home? So I said, I just wanted to do further studies. So I did law. So he said, why law? So I said, my friend was doing, so I did it. So he said, is that a good answer for yourself to say that because your friend was doing it, so you did it? There may be some motive behind it, no? That you were doing it. I had no answer to it. But then this was something which my mom took very seriously. So after some period of time when this uncle had gone away, so my mom one day called me up and she said, I still want you to do something in your life. After being so much of education you have taken for yourself, you can't just waste your education. You can't just waste your time like this. You have to take it forward. So I said, Mama, how do I do? Now I'm married. She said, how do you do is something which you have to find out your way. I'm not going to help you in that. That answer has to come from you and you have to look into it. So, but I would always see you doing something, becoming something in your life after taking and being a double graduate, after taking such a big and education, such vast education you have got. You can't just keep wasting it. So I said, okay. Then I was being newly married, I was a little hesitant to explain to my husband. I thought over it that whatever my mom was saying was ultimately, I introspected it that she means something and it is meaningful. So I was a little hesitant because being newly married, coming from a different family altogether to another different family. So how to talk to him and how to put my views before him was something which I was very hesitant. But then I thought to myself that one day or the other I can't just be sitting, and this was something which was continuously hitting myself that how do I do. Then one fine day I spoke to him and I told him, look here, my education is far above and I'm quite highly qualified, and just being sitting at home is not something which I am really appreciating or enjoying. I want to pursue my career. So he said, what do you want to do? I said, I want to pursue my career as a lawyer. So he said, try your luck, see if you can. I mean, he was a little reluctant in when he permitted me. He was a little reluctant, but then he said, okay, you try your luck and see if you are able to do it. So I said, okay. I told my dad. I called up my dad. My dad was also like little conservative man because he have never allowed his children to go away anywhere else, especially the girls. So I was again scared. I was not hesitant to ask my dad, but actually I was scared to ask my dad that, Papa, my husband has I have been able to convince my husband and he has given me permission to pursue further my profession. So I need your help. I was scared that I don't know how he would react. So, but I told him, I got all that courage in me and I told him, Papa, I need your help. I need to join because a lawyer. My father belonged to a business family. So he was a businessman. So he had a very good lawyer who was a family friend to us. So I wanted to, take his assistance and advice. So I said better I would seek my father's permission and his guidance. So I told my dad that this I want to do. So first he was like, why even all these things you are thinking about? You be happy at home. So I said, no, at least let me seek the guidance. I did not say that I want to pursue, but I knew that how I have to put the words. So I just told him that I want to meet uncle and I want to understand. Because I have already cleared my law and I've got my degree also with me. So he said, okay. you go and meet him. So I came to my dad's uncle and I told him, see, look, I have got my degree, but how to proceed this, I don't want. I don't know what to do. So he started laughing. He said, do you think you will be able to do? I know your family. So I said, I know whatever you know about my family, I know that you know. But I really want to pursue my career. I want to see how it is. So he said, you won't be able to do because you come from a different set of family background. I said, whatever it is, but at least let me try myself. So he said, okay, then come to me tomorrow. I will first apply for a sanad. At that time, so I was not knowing what is a sanad. So I asked him, what is that? I have my degree. So he said, no, sanad is a practice certificate which the High Court of the jurisdiction will issue you. And for that you need a sponsor or a consent from two of the senior lawyers of that particular court, jurisdiction, bar council. And when they give you their consent, then you get a bar certificate, which is the certificate which you can practice. You are enrolled with the bar council. So that was something new for me. I said, okay. Next day I went. I told my husband, I have to go and meet uncle. I told my dad. Now, for me, it was like, I have to take permission of my husband. I have to take permission of my father. I have to intimate my mother. So it was like, I have to make everybody aware that what I am doing. It was not one, I cannot take my own decision. So I informed him. I informed my dad. I told my mom. My mom was comfortable because she knew she was a part of me, and the biggest support for all this while I had from my mom. So she said, okay, go. So then I went to my uncle with my certificates and everything, my law degree and all my passing certificates. Fortunately, they were all with my mom, and then she made arrangements for me to send it to me. I took them to him, and then he took me. That was the first day when I came to the Bombay High Court with him, and it was an experience because I have never been to Bombay High Court. So I saw the grandeur of the building, and it was something like, I don't know. And I was thinking that this is the place, this is Bombay High Court, I'm going to practice here. So it was very fascinating all for me. He took me to the other two lawyers, friend of his, where they signed my application form giving me the consent. And then we went to the bar council. He put my submitted the application, and they said, okay, one after you will your sanad will be delivered at your home. Exactly 1 month after, I got my sanad. That is in March. I got my sanad. It that the sanad had come in, like, in old days you would have that long a long pipe, like bamboo pipe, like, and inside and it came to me with that two-side covered and thick cardboard, what do you call it? It was a long roll. Yeah, now you get those certificates, but it was a long roll, this much long, with two-side covered, and it was written my name over there, Advocate Khushnuma Khan, and my address. So it came to me, and it was received at my home by my husband, and they said, this is something come from you as an Advocate Khushnuma Khan from Bombay High Court. So I was not sure that this may be the sanad. When I got it, when I opened it, it was long, big, this big rolled cover certificate, huge certificate, which is old times. Now we get very small ones. There was huge, big certificate, and I was so happy to see that certificate in my hand, that finally I am a practicing lawyer, identified practicing lawyer. So the journey started. I told my uncle, said, now you have got the sanad, what to do next? I said, tell me. Said, tomorrow morning come to my office, start the work, join. So I said, okay. That was the first day of my job. It was not a job, it was a practice. So I went to him, and to his office. His office was full of work and papers and so many juniors around him. I was very fresh, so that was a new experience for me. Sitting besides the other juniors and looking at them, what do they work? I was hardly aware that what is all this being done. So he asked one of his juniors to give me a coat and a gown to attend with him the Bombay High Court, one of the case. So she gave me a coat and a gown. She said, come with me, we'll go to, and a band to wear, that we'll go to court. So I went with her. I wore the band and I wore the gown. And so she said that when you enter the court premises, you have to wear the coat, you have to tie your band, and you have to wear the gown. Otherwise, in the High Court, you're not allowed to practice without a gown. I said, okay. So I wore it and I went, and that was my first day of the court as a lawyer to enter. And when I enter, I saw that the judges were sitting on the dais, and the lawyers arguing. The courts are full. While I was looking that, while entering into the room, I fell in the room, and I just fell down uh, while I entered the courtroom, and the judges, they turned that who has fallen down. So one of the judges, Justice A.P. Shah, he was very, that was the first court of his which I attended, and he was very cool. He said to his, sepoys are there, his chowkidars and all. He said, just help her out, she's fallen down. So they helped me out. So took care. So he asked me from the dais, are you okay? I said, I'm sorry, I'm fine. So then my other immediate senior was there from my uncle's office. So she said, do you want to stay back or you want to go home? I said, no, I'm okay, I'll stay back. No, you can go home or you can go to office. I said, okay, I'll go to office. So then I went back to office because my knee was completely bruised. I had hurt myself badly falling down, and those days, and the High Court, it's like very old structure. So all the concrete and cement which is used is very hard. So you fell, you hurt yourself. So I had hurt myself. Then I went, and after some time I went to office, and after some time I was paining very badly. So I told uncle, I have to go home because it's paining me badly. So he said, okay. Then I went home. And then next day I couldn't go because I was down with fever. So then I called him. I said, I can't come to office because I'm down with fever. He started laughing. He said, I told you it's not your cup of... you have already, in first day, your wicket is out. It's not, you won't be able to do it. I said, no, I'll do it. I'll come tomorrow. So, okay, take rest. I said, okay, fine. And then, this is how it went on, and everything keep on. Then it was just going on like this. I was very new. I was attending courts, and I may go, I may not go. At times I also used to feel frustrated that this is, what I'm doing, it's nothing which is very constructive which I'm doing, whether I should continue or I should not continue. But I said, but then I used to go, and my mom has been a friend, and whatever would happen in my life, I would go and tell her, Mama, today this happened, tomorrow, yesterday I did this, today I did this, and this is what I'm thinking. So she would always be one person who would stand by me and say, look, don't be hesitant, calm down, everything will fall in place. You have to just be focused, don't get defocused, be cool. So, and if you have started it, you have to finish it, just don't leave it in between. Then I have one son. My son was born to me in 1995 March, and after that 1 year I was out of work. I couldn't do anything. But 1 year after, I again rejoined but that time I didn't join my uncle because at that time, I wanted to do something. By the time I was in my uncle's firm, while, over a period of time, I learned that there's something which is above a lawyer, and that's called solicitors. So there's one degree which is above a lawyer. There's a specialized degree which is done by very specialized professional exams under the law. So I was very fascinated that if I have come up to here, why not to try that? So that was all what was going in my mind. And I told my uncle also, I want to do my solicitors. He said, okay, we'll see. So then my son was born to me, and for 1 year I was doing nothing. I was at home because I have to take care of my son. And after, but this solicitor exams was always something which was hitting my mind, which was haunting me, that I have to do it. I cannot leave it here. So then after my son was a year old, I joined back my profession, and that time that's the period where I had to face the maximum of family pressure, because at one stage I was wanting to proceed further with my career, which I knew was difficult for me, because I am simply not going to be looking forward to be an advocate anymore. I was wanting to be a step ahead as becoming a solicitor, and that would be taking a lot much of time. This was one thing. And the second thing was, the on the other hand, I have to give my 100% to my son because he was very small. I was wanting to justify between the two things, but somewhere down the line this was always in my mind that I have to do it, I cannot stop it. So finally, I then there was a big rift. There was a big difference of opinion which came between me and my husband and my other family members, saying that you cannot leave away a child. You have to give up your profession and be with your child every time. But I thought that, to me it was like I have to be professional. I mean, it's not that being a professional I cannot give my 100% to the child. But that I knew that it was very difficult for me, and I was facing a lot of problems at that point of time, to be into profession and to give your 100% to your profession, give your 100% to your family, especially when you have a 1-year-old kid. So then, in all these things, I then found out, I then sat with my mom and I discussed with her on this issue. So she said, what you want to do? I said, see, Mama, I have to do this. This has come to me, and come what may, I'm not giving it up anyway. But what to do with my child? My son is Ragib, mashallah. He is now 25 years of old age. So he will be 25 years now in March. So I said, what should I do? So then I said, see, I can hire an ayah and put my child into ayah. But I don't want to do that, because I cannot risk his etiquettes, his behavior, and the growth factor of my child is also very important to me. So I cannot put it in the hands of any other person whom I am not confident, I do not trust. It was a hard decision for me, but then finally I decided that I know that there was a lot of it would have any repercussions, but I had to take a call. So I told my mom, Mama, till the time I do my solicitors and I do my career, will you take care of my child? So she said okay, but then I had to convince my father also. So I spoke to my dad, and that was the first time when I, with all confidence, spoke to my dad that, Papa, this is what I want to do. He was a little reluctant, but then my mom and me, we convinced him. He said, okay, no problem. Okay, go ahead. But the moment you feel that you have to choose one thing, then you obviously are choosing your son and not this. So I said, yes, I will do that, I promise. This was settled. Now, the next thing was to convince my husband, and that was impossible. That was really impossible, because that difference of opinion would never settle. But somehow, it was a tug of war for me. I had to put down my food and do whatever I had to do. Finally, then I started. I signed my articles with Asma Madba and Company. Very good people, very, very good people. I learned a lot from them. I did my articles, and while my articles, I cleared my articles. I became a solicitor. And yes, then after becoming my solicitors, then I got an opportunity to work with Kanga and Company, with the TM Harish and Company. But there was something which always I felt was missing within me. And I wanted, I wanted to do something different, something of my own. And in that pursuit, when I was working with Kanga and Company and Asma Madba and Company or Little and Company, I was also a solicitor. But I was not within happy. Within me, I was not happy. Happy in the sense I was not able to pursue the dream which I have always dreamt. And that dream was to pursue somebody else's success. Your success should be success of someone else. That was my dream, which I have created for myself, and I was not able to pursue it. So therefore, one fine day in December 2008, in the end of December 2008, I quit my jobs, all the jobs, and I quit. And I went and declared to my family that I am not working anymore for anybody. My husband was very happy. At last, after so many years, you are back home. So I said, no boss, I'm not back home, but I will be doing something different. I told my dad, Papa, I have given up my jobs. I am not working anymore. My father told me only one thing. Henceforth, now, if you are doing anything, you are doing on your own, of your own. Otherwise, you are not doing anything. I was sitting at home. I said, Papa, I am doing it my own only. I coined out my company KK Associates. We pursue your success on 1st January 10th January 2009. I brought my company into existence. I didn't know how I would get, I had no clue about anything. It was only something, that power which was driving me to do something. Otherwise, I was not knowing how I will do, what I will do, what would be my line of profession. But I knew that I will be doing it something. I was very confident, and there was some fire, some pursuance which kept me pursuing that I have to do it and I will be doing it. So I started my work, and initially I did not have this office. So I went to one of my friend. He is a chartered accountant, dear friend. So I said, hey, look, I want to start my profession. She said, very welcome, but I don't have place. So he said, what do you want? I want some space in your office. He said, I have a attic, the Malia. He said, I had the attic which is all empty. Would you like to use that? I said, I don't bother, I will use it. So I used to sit. So for 3 months, those days I sat on his attic. Whatever money I had in my pocket, I first bought a laptop for myself. Okay. And after buying I bought a laptop. I bought some stationery for myself, and I used to sit there, and in his attic there was no ventilation. So I went and bought a air refresher, that cooler, so that I will have some air. And I used to go very religiously, as if I used to leave office very religiously, that I am going to work, sit there for some time, go to code, go here, there, everywhere, and sat. And I didn't know what to do. So then I got one matter, which was just drafting of a leave and license agreement, which I did. Then slowly, I knew some councils. I knew, some way or the other, I don't know, the work started developing. After some time, one fine day, I received a call through one from Delhi. While I was doing, there were some matters which I got for small causes, very small, matters. I said, okay, for the beginning, as an individual, it is good. I have to, keep my face, keep on working. I was not disheartened or disappointed, because I knew that one day I'm going to do very big, and I will be, people will know me that yes, she's something who's doing very big. So, and I knew that I'm the first generation lawyer. My father, my grandfather, my husband, nobody is lawyer. Nobody has done law. So I'm the first generation lawyer. I knew that I do not belong to a clan of lawyers. I knew that I have no godfather who will put me forward. So I knew all this. But besides knowing all this, I knew there is one thing which is driving me, is my own willpower, my own confidence. So that call was from the office of the ex-president of India, that was Pranab Mukherjee. And they said, look, there's one matter which we want to give it to you. Would you be working on that matter? I was like, for for little, for some time, I was, I didn't know what to answer, because that call was something which I wouldn't have expected, that I am receiving a call from the office of President of India. And I said, and then I said, okay, I will, what is the matter? So it's a property matter which you will be doing. I said, okay, fine. So they said, give us your address, the client will come and meet you. So the next day the client had come to me and they met me, and I did it very successfully. That matter was very successful. So this is the journey and which started, and that one matter, that gave me so much of confidence in me. I don't know, that was something which was God sent to me. How did that happen? Who was behind it? It was really God to make it happen for me. But then I got so much of confidence in me. Not that was a break point or some breaking point for me, but that was a confidence. It increased the level of confidence which I had, that yes, I can do things more better. And today I have so many juniors with me. We have this office today, and I am inshallah planning to have a larger and bigger office than this. And I have my juniors. I have trained so many juniors. We have people working. We are a team of 15 people now. From I started from one, today I am 15, and we do a lot of work. I have an office in Dubai, so there we have a team of 20 people, and we do several works. I do works pro bono with. I am a legal counsel for embassy, Indian embassy in Dubai, and in UAE, embassy and consulate. I am a member with. I do a lot of work for now, banking and corporates, properties, a lot of arbitrations that I do. I am off late. Have MSME is so close to my heart. I have studied so much on MSME that I advise MSME. I do a lot of work for MSMEs today, and by grace of Allah, I have been successfully helping them out and doing their work, resolving their issues. They're resolving to receive their, they are stuck with the payments, so I help them resolve their issues on payments. So on delayed payments they get. So and yeah and off I have to I have ex- I have to so much, and I still have to do so much, that I find every day which comes to me, I feel that I have to learn more. This is not the end. I have to yet to study more. The knowledge which I have every day, that has to enhance, that needs to be enhanced, that needs to grow, because this is not the end and I don't know anything. Every day is a new thing which I learn, because every day when I read my papers, a client's case, that's new to me. So every day is a new case for me, every day is new to me, so every day I'm learning. Every day, every moment, every page which I read is something which gives me knowledge, and I study more. And I am legal counsel for SME Chamber of India. I recently I was awarded as a woman empowerment. Then I'm getting an award of National Women Leadership Award. Then I'm getting an award again. I've been nominated. I am getting, in fact, an award for legal work in legal excellence. And again, I'm getting an award for women achievement for Asia Congress. So I mean, over a period of time, whatever I have done, this is my 11th year of my individual practice. So today, it's not that I feel very proud of myself, but somewhere I feel that this is the um, recognition of the past, what I have done. But I have to increase more. I have to give more to the society. I have to learn more. I have to work more diligently, more efficiently, so that what recognition I have got today, those are my milestones. I have to have more and more recognition. I also need, I have started a concept in my office, that every Saturday all my juniors, on the topic what they like, they will give lectures. So, because I want them to learn, I want them to be more better than me, I want them to be excellent than me, more excellent than me. They have to have a very effect. I am a very polished professional life, and I want to train them so that they have to in their life, they even they have to go out and make their own fortune. They may not be, they many of some of them would be willing to be with me for n number of years. Some of them would, like me, they would be deciding to have their own professional life, as I have decided at one point of time. So in any which ways, it's my obligation and my duty to see that my juniors, my associates who are associated with me, I make them I make them efficient in their profession. They learn more. How much, whatever I have, I can give them more and more. At the same time, I get to learn more and more from them. So this is all about me, what I have my journey for, and that's good luck. Yeah.